Hello, this is Val.
Hello.
Kim is across the way, and welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other. So some of you might not know, but I always get to pick the topic of the day. So, Kim,
So we brace ourselves.
this could be interesting, but it's something that I'd like to think that we have a lot in common, and so I'd like to kind of hear the similarities and maybe the differences.
All right.
But I know we both grew up in the church,
Yes.
and always known as
Second row, piano side. Yes.
All right, so here we go. Yeah, so that's the first thing I was going to ask you. Growing up in the church, it's kind of funny how it's almost like a societal thing where each family has like a certain place where they sit in the church.
Yeah.
And when you walk in and like pew number 2 is taken by someone else or a stranger, you're like, what, you're in our seat. Like, that's our seat.
Right.
That's our seat. You should know
And
that.
the entire congregation is looking at
They
them
do the
like, they're new.
Yeah.
They don't know. The grace sit there.
Yeah, exactly. So growing up in the church, one of the first things was not my father was a minister.
And my father was the worship leader.
Yeah, so Lutheran minister. That was a denomination. But so growing up for us, I felt like we were always under a microscope. It kind of, like
that's the
it's
pastor's family.
yeah. And here's the deal: we lived in the parsonage,
Right.
so we were really always under the
We did
the
too
scope.
for a time.
Yeah, and so I'm sure you got the little late at night, on your door.
The house next to the church.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Okay.
So
Yeah, we have a lot in common there.
yeah, so what are the kind of memories that you recall? Like I always remember like Christmas, Easter, Palm Sunday. Like those were the big ones, And it was funny because my father would always say, "You have those type of parishioners." The Christmas, we'd call them the CCPs.
Christmas.
Is it the Christmas? I'm sorry, the CEPs.
Christmas, Easter, and
They were called the CEPs, the Christmas, Easter, and Palm Sunday, because that's the only time you'd see them. And they'd come in all their glory.
okay. Proud.
Yeah, all their glory. In the meantime, we had to be there. And it was funny because one of the first things that I recall when I was younger is that every, Sunday morning, my mom would have to dress us when we were little.
Yes.
And back in those days, little girls, we wore the leotards. Like the
Tights,
the leotards, and then the dresses and stuff.
Like you wore a leotard under your dress?
Well,
Like a bodysuit?
well, I think of leotards as just like stockings.
Oh, that's the tights.
But yeah, tights. But
Okay.
my mother would call them leotards.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's different. And
Yep.
so I remember you couldn't miss Sunday. You couldn't miss Sunday church. I mean, that was like a big no. And I think I might have been like 4 or 5, and I spilled hot cocoa on my
Valerie.
legs.
On your tights, which were probably white.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And crying.
And you're in trouble now.
I thought I was in so much trouble because
those $4 tights
yeah,
are
and
now ruined.
well, and I couldn't go to the service, and my mom had to stay home.
You stayed home because of tights?
I burnt my legs.
Oh, you burnt your leg. I was gonna say,
Because
my
I burnt my legs.
mom, my mom
I
would
was
be
like,
like, guess you're not wearing tights.
Yeah,
Your
no.
bare-leggedness
Yeah.
into the church.
Exactly. No, I had like a burn, and
no,
so
that's bad.
yeah, and my dad was not pleased because you're under the microscope and
So it doesn't look good.
not a good look. Not a good look. Yeah. And then I also felt
And then did the entire congregation show up that afternoon, like with soup for you and candy?
no, because I don't think anybody knew. I wish.
Oh, he
That
didn't
would've
go
been
and
awesome.
say, sorry. That
No.
Okay, no. It wasn't like that.
No, it wasn't that
It was
bad.
an internal struggle.
It was yeah. And then I always remember the pressures of being the acolyte.
What?
It's called the acolyte. So the acolytes would walk out in front of the entire congregation, and they had to light the candles
This is
up on the
in
altar.
the Lutheran faith?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had acolytes. So you almost dressed like you were in the choir, kind of.
Okay, so you had robes.
We had robes.
All right.
And then you had like this lighter, and you had the thing to put the thing out.
Okay, so it was a service that you did for
Yes.
the church. It was a job that you had.
So much pressure.
Like an altar boy or...
Yeah. But
There's a job to
so
do.
much pressure.
Okay, and it was children that did this.
Well, I was probably 12, 13.
Okay, but
And
other children were doing this? Or
Yeah.
there was only one?
And we had to rotate.
Okay.
But when I had to do it, again, a lot of pressure. All eyes are on you. And my worst fear always would happen. I could never get the candle lit.
Oh.
And then my
I was gonna
father...
say, you peed your pants?
No. I could never get the candle
You
lit.
spilled hot cocoa on yourself
No,
again?
I could never get the candle lit. And then...
You tipped over the candle and burnt the church down?
No.
Really?
No. And then... No, but like then my dad had to come out and light the candle, and he gave me that look.
Really?
Oh man, it was woo! I was like, oh my god, I just more than like to get. And my brothers can probably attest it was the same thing as that vibe.
It's
I mean, it's just a lot of pressure, but
it is when you're a kid, right?
Yeah, like did you have to help out with like communion and stuff like that, or
No,
like
kids didn't do that in my church. No, we could become members of the congregation when you profess your faith and you give your testimony and you tell about how you've come to accept Christ. And you go through a class about membership.
Yeah.
Right? And as long as you were old enough to understand and articulate your faith and why and answer some, so they knew you fully understood what you were doing, because then you could take the sacraments.
Right.
But before that,
Now,
check your heart, because if you come to this table without a clean heart, you drink judgment upon yourself. This
oh my God,
right?
it's so much pressure for
you
a child.
Just have to, and that's why children aren't blanketly allowed to do that. Right?
Now,
when you can fully articulate and understand
your
understanding of it, then you could do that. But we didn't have jobs.
Did you have to? We had to join the junior choir. It was required.
It was? Because of your father, or because of... Yeah. Well, my dad was the worship leader, so...
we had to be in the junior choir.
Although he never made us do anything.
Oh, no, we had to do it.
We all, my brother...
Yeah.
I don't ever remember my brother. Either of my brothers.
We had to do it.
Any of my siblings,
yeah.
Really.
And then I stood my ground. I stood my ground in high school when my dad wanted me to join the bell choir. I was like, I'm not doing it.
You didn't want to?
No.
See, I was like, I want to. I want to do the bells. I want to be in the choir.
I was done. I am not doing the bell choir. I can't even read music. I don't know why to ding the bells.
Use your gifts, Valerie. Use your gifts.
I couldn't
with
do
a
it.
joyful heart.
I couldn't do it. No, I was revolting at that time.
No, I don't ever remember revolting at all. I know as I get older, I didn't want to go.
Rise and shine. Time to go to church.
But growing up, you just stop asking at some point. Can I have a sleepover at Amy's house?
Yeah.
If it was Saturday night, the answer is no.
Always.
Right?
Yeah.
If Amy lived across the street.
Yeah.
Maybe if you get your butt up and back over here, we leave at 8:00.
Right.
That kind of thing. Or Amy can come here.
Yeah.
And come with us to church.
Right.
But you have plans tomorrow morning. You just didn't even ask.
Oh.
That's what happened. Sunday was a very different day. It was quiet, and Dad was home.
Yeah.
And it was family time. We had a big dinner.
Yeah.
How about you that's after church when you come back?
No, because we were
dinner, and Mom would put a roast, a ham, in the oven, and when we got home from morning church, because we had night church.
Oh God, no. We had one. Thank God.
Morning, night, and then prayer meeting Wednesday.
Oh God, no.
And Tuesday nights was Pioneer Girls, which is just Girl Scouts.
No, I didn't do any of that. Yeah.
I digress.
We
did
not
get home after church, and you could smell the roast from the front yard, because we lived
Yeah.
What do you call it? The parsonage.
Parsonage.
My mom always called it the manse. The
Yeah.
church next. The house next to church.
Sure.
You come out and go across the little courtway, and you can smell it.
Yeah.
A lot of times we would have guests for dinner. Always, right? If they're guests in the church.
Yeah.
Or somebody just was coming over.
Yeah. So we didn't have that because we were in sports.
On Sundays?
We were in travel. So we were in
on Sundays?
We were an extensive sports athlete,
not on Sundays.
Soccer, and
I'm surprised.
Speed skating, and BMX racing, and we were in travel soccer. We were all very athletic,
so
and
you remember
always
the Sabbath to keep it holy, but only before noon on Sunday.
My dad would have a fit when we got older and getting in these sports because we were missing church. He would have a fit.
We weren't allowed.
And my mom was like, "That's their their sports and and it was not
Pick something else.
It was
Pick something not on Sunday.
Yeah, it was a
Nothing
little rough there.
Nothing at school is on Sunday.
Well, this was
all Saturday.
This was all extra.
Wow.
Yeah,
we were traveling on a Sunday.
These were club. So, we were in club teams.
So the pastor would, on purpose, not preach long on the day you had to be somewhere.
We were always
like, if we had...
Well, we didn't go, and then we had to we had to grovel pretty much at home and just be like, yeah. Now the one thing, I mean, it was great. I mean, you live and learn certain things. The thing I did love, I always loved going to church picnics.
I love
and the
that
church, dinners and with
churches
the.
Don't do that anymore.
I don't know if they do, but
social.
I still remember the fruit punch with the ginger ale and the floating
all the potluck. How many beans? How many different bean salads?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
And the the lunch the lunch trays with
trays.
The deli trays. And then
our church had full kitchen.
Oh yeah,
huge.
Yeah,
it was like a gymnasium.
It was like
banquet room.
Big deal. Yeah, for sure.
We had, which was a faith fall banquet.
Yeah,
and it was elaborate this time of year.
Yeah,
and the one year I can remember specific. There's always a theme.
Yep.
And you had to dress according to the theme. And it was a big dinner, and they had, I don't know, like skits that they would put on. And
did you plays? Did you do plays?
There was plays.
We did plays.
Well, I just remember that was for the adults, though. I think the Faithful Banquet. Like I wasn't involved in the plays. I just remember.
I did plays.
Banquet.
I did plays.
I just remember the one year. I remember my mom's. It was like a Gone with the Wind theme, and my mom was cutting out these black silhouettes.
Yeah.
And I remember she projected them up on the and did a. Cut them out of this black board, and they were all around the
it's kind of cool, the artistic going on there, right?
It was so creative, and my mom wore this big blue gown, ruffle, right? Like Scarlett O'Hara, I guess, is she wore blue gown? I don't think I've ever seen that movie. I mean, that's
a whole nother conversation we're gonna have to have.
Did you watch it from beginning to end?
Gone with the Wind?
Yeah.
Oh, it's my favorite movie
ever.
Probably.
Come on now.
Okay.
What's my favorite movie?
I don't know. Your favorite movie? Oh, Wicked. That's a whole nother topic.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so the theme and all the work that went into it, right? And everything right down to the place settings, just so gorgeous. I don't think churches do that anymore.
I think some do. I just, I mean, I don't even know if people go to church anymore. Like, I don't know. Like,
well, of course people go to church.
I mean, they do, but not like, I think how it used to be. I mean, it was just,
It's changed a lot. If you had told me, even in my early adulthood, married with children, early adulthood, if you had told me then that I wouldn't be going to church right now, and this time of my life, I wouldn't believe you. I just thought that was...
Yeah. And I still remember... Like we had like catechism class or whatever it was called, or confirmation.
We did catechism.
Yeah, something like
class.
That.
We just learned it.
Yeah,
to know it.
And I remember the first.
Who made you?
I remember the first time.
You're supposed to answer.
Who made me?
Who made you? God made me. Why did God make me? For His own glory. What else did God make?
I would fail.
What else did God make?
It's too much pressure.
God made all things.
Too much pressure.
Why did God make you in all things? For His own glory.
I would fail. I would be. I have to write it down.
Anyway,
you do. But I remember the first time when one of my friends in my class came to church with jeans on, and you would have thought all the elders in the church had.
I have a story. Yeah, I have a story. Yeah.
It was like. It was like,
I did that
oh my God.
Like we would go.
You wore jeans to church?
Not in the morning. I mean, like you said, white, and I would, the dresses and everything that I would get. A lot of times it would be, hand-me-downs from other girls in the church,
whatever.
Older than me, right? Yeah. Their moms would always give because you wear them once one Sunday a month.
Yeah.
Then you don't fit it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to give this to somebody. Right?
Yeah.
So I was the lucky recipient of those. Anyway. But I would go home with some girlfriends, have Sunday lunch with them, spend the afternoon together, and come back for nighttime church,
right? And
then go home with my family, right? Okay. So it was like a play day, And I always wanted to borrow clothes, right? I always just loved other people's clothes.
We love clothes.
Right?
We love clothes.
I had a brother. That's it, right?
Yeah.
And we played in the woods. I wore flannel shirts and jeans or
Tomboy.
whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to borrow this, and they're like, you should wear that. They're like dressing me up like a doll. And one Sunday I put jeans on, and they were like aqua pinstripe.
Nice. Never again.
And they were tight.
Oh, Kim.
I walked in. I felt like I had on a costume in the church in jeans, and I knew my parents were going to be like,
and did they?
But I don't think I got. They didn't yell at me. They just I walked up, and I'm sure the look on my face was like,
What?
What are you going to say? I probably said, what? Right.
Yeah. I'm here.
And I think all I got was, never again.
Really?
That's all it took. And I was
so
I hid.
Yeah. So it's just interesting. Like I said, just growing up.
Why would you do that?
And a couple times, not all the time, but even in school, let's say if one of us would get in trouble, the teacher would say, you should know better because you're a minister's kid.
Oh, really? Calling you out like that?
All the time. And I was just like, that's just not cool. And then my brother was a field goal kicker, so his initials on his varsity jacket were PK.
Oh, geez.
And it was so appropriate. We were like, that's so cool.
Why did it say PK?
Place kicker.
Place kicker.
He was a place kicker, so it said
field
PK.
goal. What,
We thought that was
PHI?
we thought that was so funny.
Okay,
So
got it.
anyway, so that was just life of growing up in a church, and
it's
something
a
we
lot
have.
of rules to follow. When you're a
we have
kid,
in
you don't
common.
really understand as you grow up.
Yeah.
And
Eventually,
should
sometimes
you choose to try to understand it,
you'll get it
it's
eventually.
About, it's a sacred place.
It
It's
is.
honoring
It is.
the Lord's
Yeah.
house, and there are reasons behind all of it. But as
Yes.
a kid, you don't get that.
No,
and so you want to challenge all of it.
Yeah, you want to be the little rebel, but it was fun, and like I said, the stories you could tell, that kind of thing. So
yeah, and living next door to the church even.
yeah. So if any of you are PKs or just have some questions and comments, we'd love to hear from you.
Now still?
Yeah,
Where
I
do you
mean,
go? How different is it?
we don't know.
Even if I went right now, it'd be so. And I tried. I visited a bunch of places.
Sure.
It's just so different. I can't latch on.
Yeah, I'm big into the music. It's got to be good music.
Has to be good music.
Yeah.
But like, what's good music to you? Like modern worship songs.
I
want a Trinity hymnal.
I'm like the red hymnal. I'm the old school,
Blue Trinity hymnal.
Yeah. I'm old school. So, but you know me.
Yes.
So yeah, any comments, questions?
That.
And certainly we have some websites. We have TikTok. We have email. I think it's ttodetails@gmail.com. TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So we'd love to hear from you. And thanks for stopping by. And remember, go have the day you deserve.